Now we know why having all the data is important and why knowing what you are getting to is important. But how do we actually make these prioritization decisions? How do we choose what we need to do today or tomorrow or next week? Sometimes it's obvious. There's a true deadline. That report is due tomorrow. But when you've got a whole lot on your plate, sometimes it can be a bit more unclear. And that's when I find the use of prioritization frameworks to be really helpful. So let's talk about a couple of frameworks that you can use as tools to help you prioritize. First, let's discuss perhaps the most well-known of these frameworks, and that is the urgent important matrix, sometimes known as the Eisenhower Box. So you'll see that they have on the vertical axis importance and on the horizontal axis urgent. Let's talk through each of these boxes, starting with the top right and going clockwise. Things that are both high importance and high urgency should be done first. Things that are low importance but high urgency should be delegated as possible to the best person to handle them. Things of low importance and low urgency often shouldn't be done at all. They're often not worth the time. And finally, things of high importance and low urgency should be scheduled as appropriate to their deadlines. Now, I want to show you another framework that is similar but not quite the same, in which I also find very helpful. This one is the impact difficulty matrix. This matrix, we're comparing how hard it's going to be to accomplish something with the impact that the thing will ultimately have on your business or your life. You see that on the vertical axis, we have impact, which is sort of like importance, and on the horizontal axis, we have difficulty, which is nothing like urgency at all. So this framework is taking other factors into account and is not really worrying about the urgency of an item. Let's talk through each of the boxes, starting with the top right and going clockwise. Things that are high impact and high difficulty often refer to your long-term projects. These are items that are likely going to prioritize and that will likely have many next actions that will complete in order for the project or task to be done on time. However, every once in a while, the level of difficulty will outweigh the impact, and then you'll want to reconsider if this is worth it. Things that are low impact and high difficulty are rarely worth the time. These types of tasks should only be prioritized after everything else on your list, and maybe not at all. Things that are low impact and low difficulty are nice to have. These tasks should be completed after your high impact tasks, and perhaps you should consider delegating them. And finally, the high impact and low difficulty tasks are your quick wins. This you should definitely prioritize. I hope you find these frameworks helpful. As you can probably guess, you're not going to print this out and apply them one by one to your tasks. That will make people really burdensome. But now that you're aware that this exists, you can keep them as a mental model and apply them as necessary. They can certainly help you make decisions on certain types of tasks where the correct priority isn't immediately clear. For instance, if you're finding that there are items you keep pushing and never getting to, well, perhaps these are the low urgency, low importance, low impact items. And maybe they should just come off your list instead of dragging you down. Or maybe you need to decide which of the two urgent items need to come first. You can ask yourself which is more important or which will have more impact in order to decide what you'll do first. I've also attached to this lecture a best practice document that goes over all the finer points of prioritization, including these frameworks that you can reference for yourself. I hope you use these prioritization frameworks to help you step outside and above the tasks and projects to see them with perspective so that you can make better decisions on what to work on, when, and feel good about the rationale for these decisions. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you found these tips helpful in boosting your efficiency, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. For those of you looking to take your game to the next level, consider checking out the resources in the description to unlock exclusive strategies tailored just for you. And before you go, make sure to check out the next video on our channel for even more insights and techniques to supercharge your efficiency. Remember, with the right tools and mindset, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Until next time, stay focused and stay productive.